Hotshot GG
man.
straight to it.
That's, I mean, I'm not sure if Curse decided to just let them have it, or if it was a mistake. But Hotshot on Shen, you know what he's gonna do. He's never gonna leave top. He's gonna split push all day, and if he decides to stick with teleport, like that's essentially a double teleport Shen.
And, I mean, looking over at Extinct, he does play a Mean Twisted Fate. Hasn't played that many games with him compared to, say, Diana, or actually Zillion, one of his more common picks. That'd be fun to see.
Yeah.
But I'd say the other common pick against someone like Shen, which would be another global character like Nocturne, like Twisted Fate, may not be a good option. We're going to see as the picks come out, because TF can have some issues in lane.
Yeah, Nocturne, Balloon's actually pretty okay with Nocturne. He's got, I think, like 60-70% win rate with him so far. And Twisted Fate on Extinct, he's actually...
He's really 3-0, but that's not that many games.
That's
not a good showing, but it's not much.
Yeah, it's a great showing, but Vayne, though, is left open.
It was also left open. Two of the bans that we saw were Shen and Vayne, so now guess what? Curse.eu, they have the Vayne. Double Lift doesn't get to make the biggest plays.
Yeah.
Well, he still can, but you're not seeing that Double Lift Vayne, what you normally expect in the kind of first pick.
Right.
And that's a bit scary, I'd say.
That is pretty scary.
But, well, Twitch, now that they have a Shen instead of a Cho'Gath and Malphite,
right.
Shen will directly protect a carry just because of his ultimate, and you can always use that taunt to try and keep him alive. So, Twitch might be a better pick now. At the same time, I don't know if CLG is still confident with it. It did not really work out that well last game.
Yeah. But it's so weird that we've kind of seen a little bit of a different side to CLG Prime since the addition of Loco Doco, and it does worry me a little bit because we saw a little bit of Game 2. CLG were kind of going back to the old pre-Season 2 World Champs, like, you know, their ways, like just the passive farm. Let's just stay in lane and switch when we need to and try and get big. And it didn't quite work out.
It didn't really do that much at the end, yeah.
Yeah.
They were passive, they played the laning game, and, well, they fell behind in lanes. And when that happens, if you're just trying to get back through farm, you either have to outplay your opponents, which...
It almost happened. It almost happened.
It was close. Well, the thing is, the fight that CLG was going to come back with, that was a mistake from Curse. That was them fighting a 4v5, and of course there were some ultimates down for CLG, but it was still a 4v5, and they did not fight it well. They tried to dive, they tried to go into very awkward positions, and they just got punished hard. Extinct picking up Katarina. Cho'Gath going to be played by Balloon most likely. That just leaves, I believe, the top liner, unless it's the top Cho'Gath, which I do not believe Angus has played all that much. Actually, no, he's got a few games.
He's got a few
top
games.
Gath.
He's still alright. So, but there's still that's the thing though. It's still at this point an ambiguous pick.
Yeah, you don't know what they're going to pick. So
it could even be a top. It could be even a top.
It could be top Katarina mid Cho'Gath. We've seen that happen. I would not be surprised to see mid Cho'Gath happen this tournament at least once. The question is going to be, well, you know it's going to be Shen top lane. Do you want someone who can survive the jungler? Cho'Gath, he's hard to gank, but the hard CC from Amumu might be enough, though it's not that much damage coming out of Shen and Amumu combined, so maybe Cho'Gath could be good up there. Maybe you want to go someone a bit more aggressive, someone to really force a fight. Vladimir would actually be an okay pick, just because you can juke the bandage toss, you can sometimes juke the taunt, depends on the patch actually, that can change from time to time. So it might be a good pick, it might be a terrible pick at the same time. I actually don't know how it works in this patch.
So what other, let's throw some other options in there too. We got 25 seconds until...
Not Zenzel. Please, no.
Yeah.
Zenzel would actually be very weak against something like Shen, just because that taunt can let him get it. The Shadow Dash, you dash away. Like, he goes aggressive. If you think you can win, you fight. If you can't win, you back off. And it's going to be a very safe lane for Shen, which you really don't want to provide to him. You want to have some aggression. Jace could work out really well, though eventually late game Jace will win. And Irelia, I'm liking this pick. We have not seen an abundance of Irelia this tournament. It used to be just Irelia Jace top lane, with Shen being permaban, but I'm liking this pick. It's going to be a pretty big slugfest, but if Angus can get ahead, if they can get a decent lead on Irelia, they can go ahead, dive towards that Ezreal, being played by Double Lift, dive towards Big Fat LP, and that's going to be, you know, the Irelia bomb, where she just goes and kills people super quickly, and it's hard to deal with.
And CLG Prime, they've been very good. The first ban in all 3 games in this series has been aimed directly towards Angus at that Jax pick. He's very good with it. It is his most played top laner, but when you can't get number 1, you might as well go for number 2, and Irelia isn't that number 2 most played spot for Angus, so we will see a lot of great things coming out of that top lane.
I'm excited. I think Angus might be able to go ahead and just beat Hotshot GG in lane, but of course, the presence of Jungle Amumu. Jungle Amumu not very good versus Irelia because the CC just will not last that long, so that might be a bad situation for CLG. They might not be able to do as much as they want. We might see the 1v2 come out. We might see the 1v2, then a swap, then another
The
swap come out,
and then more swap,
as happened
and then by the
before.
way, there's 4 more swaps after that.
They never really make any sense. I mean, those swaps did not benefit CLG, unfortunately.
Uh,
That was a very, very weird game. Lots of just kind of meta decisions, like, well, we don't want to let this happen, so we'll just play this. And I don't know.
Or maybe they're just bored.
Maybe that's it. Maybe it's like, all right,
I mean,
we'll keep swapping, keep goofing until we see what happens. Hope it works out.
I was like, I am so tired of farming minions. I was like, I just want to give me like 5 minutes. I have to take a walk. I need some fresh air. Just like
We just right click every 30 seconds as I do laps around the table.
Oh, man, we have too much fun with this one. So this is it. Game 3 going for CLG Prime and Curse.eu. Winner stays in winner's bracket. Loser has to go down and play Curse.na. We'll see how it goes. And we've been seeing great play from both of these teams. And I got to change that scoreboard too because I forgot to. Oh, bad on me. Bad on me. Let's get that refreshed.
So it's going to be CLG.na.
There we go. Right side.
Over on blue side. Curse.eu on top side. 1-1. Loser goes, well, to losers.
Yep.
Where they play Curse.na. And no one really wants to be down there. You play more games. You don't have that comfort loss, and you just want to get as quickly as you can through winners just to be in a good position to take the entire tournament.
Yeah, and also remember that the way we're running this tournament is that no one got eliminated after group stage. So actually, if you started out this tournament in losers bracket, if you even want a chance to get to grand finals, you're playing quite literally twice as many games. So this could be just a massive fight. It's like, man, I really do not want to play twice as many matches tomorrow. We have to win this. Otherwise, exhaustion is going to start kicking in. The double F is going to start complaining. Everyone's going to want snacks. We don't have that many bathroom breaks. It's going
to be tough for the teams.
It could be a chore.
And Curse.eu going for a quick awarding, most likely. This isn't an invasion route. Normally, if you're going to invade, it's going to be a bit sneakier. Someone like Ezreal going to be hard to catch in that bot tri-bush, and the ward should go down. They could hang around and go for a red buff steal, but they've been spotted. And CLG, I mean, they have actually had some problems fighting level 1s in the past. 3 games, and including their game against CLG.eu. So I guess they're not going to go for that fight, but still, it could set up a bad situation for CLG in North America.
Everyone tiptoeing around the Orianna orb as they're making the transition over into Top River. Curse.eu traveling as one solid group. Double Lift actually just chilling out on his lonesome here in the bot lane, was guarding the bot Tri-Brush, but realizes now that he needs to get with his team. And he's actually sticking around for a little bit. Is he going to fall back? No, he's just
They're probably going to go for golems. Loco Doco not in the area either. Cannot fight that 3v5. Definitely not going to win that fight.
Oh, no.
And, well, it looks like the wards go down. CLG puts a ward towards that top side. Going to go ahead and try and protect Hotshot GG up in that lane.
There we go.
Oh, there's a lane swap, though.
There's the swap coming on again. So expect 12 more within the next 7 minutes.
And the question is going to be, who's better at a 1v2 situation?
Yeah.
Is it going to be Aurelia or Shen? Shen, I'd say early on, just because Vorpal Blade is ranged. It does provide a bit of range sustain at the same time. But to benefit from that sustain, you need to either use it and get an auto attack off, or another Vorpal Blade off. And that's a long cooldown early on in the game. And we have a pause come out, going to see if we can't get that sorted out. But Shen, normally, he has some CS in lane. Aurelia, once she hits level 6, she doesn't really die. You just use her ultimate, clear waves, get 6 CS at a time. You're going to be behind, of course, but not as far behind as someone like Shen might be at that point.
Right, and level 6 is where the sustain starts. It ramps up again once you start getting levels in the Heat 10 style. Level 2 on the ult, you are just an immovable farming machine.
You do not, you might miss some CS because if it's still 2v1, if they still are in that part of the game. But generally, if you're level 11, have the rank 2 ultimate, you press R 4 times. Congratulations, you got a creep wave.
And you're back at full health.
And back at full HP.
Or just nearly to it.
And it's going to be kind of scary for Curse. It can go very wrong, and they can lose at 2v1 pretty hard. It's going to be Sona Ezreal, probably the pokiest of poke lanes. I'd say, a couple months ago, back for Worlds, that lane would deal so much constant damage. You can't avoid it, really. But at the same time, Lulu Vayne, that's a lot of sustained damage. One mess up from Hotshot GG, one condemn into a wall, just too many Silver Bolt procs. He can die, and he can die very quickly. Luckily, he has a taunt to get away from any Glitterland slows, but still, it's going to be a rough lane for both of them.
And actually, we saw the resurgence earlier on today of the Alistar Vayne lane. And now we're seeing Lulu actually really come into play as a support. Do you think Lulu actually fits the role, like CC-wise, and just as a general support better?
Well, Alistar, the problem he has, he's just CC, and he's just the headbutt pulverize, and then his heal is okay. It's very, very mana inefficient is a big problem, and his ultimate lets him hang around, but doesn't really benefit the team. You look at Lulu, she doesn't